My name is Delia Robinson, and I'm one of Catholic Charities clients. I got married when I was 20 years old, back in 2017. He was very manipulative and abusive. I remember times where he would push me and say very rude and insulting things to me in front of my children. One time he pushed me down the stairs and I was pregnant. It was a nightmare. And the last time, my children found me laying on the ground, and I knew that I couldn't do it. I do have a son who is the oldest. He would have grew up thinking that it was okay to do that to somebody else's child, and I refused for that to happen. So my first time finding myself at a shelter was, I believe I was 21 years old. If they didn't have a room at the shelters, they'll try to put you into a hotel if you have children. I remember a couple of times having to lock my door and sit in front of my door at a hotel because there was some dangerous people out there, and they looked at me being a single pregnant mom with these little girls. It was very scary. I remember having to fight off a couple of people. I remember not having anything and being afraid to ask somebody for something to eat, to where, God forbid this come back and hunt me. My life before Catholic Charities and Project Gabriel was very hard. I probably would have still been trying to figure out where me and my children were gonna go. In fact, my last baby, Patience, I had made up my mind that if I didn't get stable or I didn't have any help, I was gonna try to put her up for adoption. That's not something that I wanted to do. So I prayed hard and long at times. I remember times crying while being in the doctor's office and just heartbroken, because I knew I was already being put in a situation with the 3 that I have. How was I gonna afford to take care of her? And that's why I named her Patience. Her name has a meaning and a story behind it. My second week into my apartment after I moved, I met Myrna. When I met Myrna, not only did she show me how to manage my money, how to make resumes, how to look up things as far as insurance and policies and things that my parents should have been teaching me that I did not have, which was very powerful and meant a lot to me, knowing that it's a lot of things that I didn't know at the time. And she was there for me as not only just a financial coach, but someone that I could talk to. They helped me with furnishing, they helped me with food. Oh man, me and my children didn't have a lot of clothing because we were at the shelter. They helped with clothing. They also helped me by financial wise. Like if I needed help with the bill, they would help, like pick up where I lacked at times, and I never really dealt with my own money. So everything was new to me. We were working on my resume, trying to find a job after my 6 weeks was up from having Patience. And Myrna was like, what are you interested in? So she was telling me about the CNA program. I started as a student. I went to school from 7 to 3:30 at James OS, and once I graduated September of the 9th of last year, I became a full-time CNA there, working 12 hours, sometimes 14, on the maximum level of dementia, which is Trinity. I'm working here as a CNA, but I don't want to be a CNA my whole life. CNAs make good money, but what's next? My dream is to be a funeral director. I want to help people that don't have the funds to bury their loved ones, because everybody should be able to be buried peacefully and know that, your loved one is at peace. Catholic Charities helped me to feel safe. They helped me mentally, spiritually, and physically. They let me know that it's the beginning. They freed me. Catholic Charities changed my life. It means a lot to me. They not only gave me a stable environment for my children, they gave me a second chance at being a living human being, a person. They gave me a second chance at knowing that although things may seem dark, there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. If I could say something to Myrna, I would say, I'm not big on telling people that I love them, but I love you. And I want you to know that I really appreciate you, because for the longest, I didn't know what I was gonna do. It was times where I just thought about giving up on everything. I thought that my life was over because how it started. And I'm not a crier. I'm not much of a crier, but I just want to say thank you, because there's a lot of people that did not believe in me. My own family didn't believe in me. A lot of people looked past me like I wasn't there, but you didn't. And that means something to me.